Okay, let's do this. The show today is hydrated by one of our favorite breweries in local New Hampshire, Nashua, New Hampshire, to be specific. White Birch Brewing this past Saturday had a ton of releases, one of which was a charity Armenian beer, which is cool as shit. They had a big Belgian, and they had a fan favorite in the IPA section. Ray, I know you got one of them right now. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Blast, which is a beer dedicated to Kenny Anderson, 3-time Mass State champion wrestler.
Oh,
it's a New England IPA. Fucking delicious.
Man, I just thought about the basketball player.
Not Kenny Anderson, the basketball.
I thought the basketball
Kenny Anderson,
player.
the wrestler.
I thought he was going the smooth Southpaw Kenny Anderson basketball player, but now we know.
No.
Kenny Anderson, state champion wrestler. Go support him and by buying some of that beer. But White Birch is great. Dave, the owner there, is a really awesome guy. So obviously we are doing our best to help support these local guys. We drink a lot. We love beer. It made sense to link up with some of these breweries. White Birch is one of the best. So if you see it in the store, buy it. If you go down there, let them know the boys from Simple Minds sent you. And drink up. Cheers.
Cheers.
This fucking game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Punting, though.
It'll be just like the Browns to have this opportunity and blow it.
I really want the Browns to win now that Mahomes is out. Just end this Mahomes bullshit. Concussion, though, he could be out long term. It's very hard to come back in a week for a concussion.
I was just saying to Ray, the Bills Mafia fan group are already completely obnoxious and annoying.
Dude, you know how far the Patriots fans are in their head? We're living rent. You want to talk about people that are living rent free somewhere? Patriot fans are living rent free.
I know.
Fan. They haven't been good in fucking 30 years, and all of a sudden, the 1 year the Patriots don't make the fucking playoffs, we got to hear Buffalo? Fuck off, dude. This is the first time you've been in the AFC Championship game since you lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. I don't want to fucking hear it. Congratulations. Rent-free in your fucking stupid, dumbass dome.
Good job.
Wow, Bill. This is 2 now. Good job, buddy.
2 in a row. It's the water. It's the raspberry water. Yeah, the fact, it's just we've talked about this before. It's a fan group that has never won, and honestly, it is. If it's middle-aged to 20-year-olds to middle-aged 30-year-olds, they've literally seen losing. Never mind 60-year-olds who have literally never seen the Buffalo Bills win a Super Bowl. They've never won.
Did you compare them to Sox fans before 2004?
No, I don't think so because the Bills are winning now. They haven't won a championship. They won a playoff game the first time in 25 years. And the first thing they do is put a billboard up in Foxborough and chirp Patriots fans like, fuck you. Just enjoy it, you cunts. Just enjoy the fact that you've actually won something. When the Red Sox got to the ALCS and the Yankees and they beat the Yankees, we said, fuck, we're probably going to blow it in the goddamn World Series, even though we then won. And even then, after we won, we didn't go to Cubs fan and, jerk off in their face. We just gloated against the fucking Yankees because they're a hated, stupid rival. For the Bills, you haven't won. You still haven't won. You beat someone in a wild card game. You chumps. You fucking chumps, and you snuck by a divisional game against a fraud quarterback.
I hate the Bills. I fucking hate the Bills.
Break.
Imagine if the Cleveland Browns win, though. That would be the most easiest layup to the Super Bowl ever.
It'll be amazing if Cleveland can push us out, and it's Cleveland Buffalo, and Buffalo loses to Cleveland in the AFC Championship game.
Do you think if Buffalo won a Super Bowl though, they'd burn that down?
What if Cleveland beats Buffalo in Buffalo in the AFC Championship game for Cleveland to go to the Super Bowl?
You know what? I do not hate Cleveland's fans.
Is that what I just said? Is that what I literally just said?
Literally,
I was
the exact same thing.
No, I said it to your face, and you said no, and then you said the same thing I said.
I respect Cleveland Browns fans because, I have a buddy that I work with is a Browns fan, and he has been a Browns fan through thick and thin. He didn't jump on the bandwagon when they're good. I've been working in this place for 3 years. They weren't good 3 years ago, and he's been a Cleveland Brown fan his whole entire life. Now you're seeing all these young Buffalo Bills fans now that they're winning, they're jumping on the bandwagon. Cleveland fans have been in more misery than any Buffalo Bills fan, so I don't respect anything about Buffalo. Cleveland fan, I'm happy for him. If Cleveland somehow pulls it out and goes to the Super Bowl, good for them.
Yeah.
Good. As much as I hate Baker Mayfield, good for Cleveland as fans, man. They enough heartbreak. They've lost their team once to go to Baltimore and watch them win a Super Bowl, which should have been Cleveland's Super Bowl. Let's be real. That should have been that Super Bowl. So, I mean, good for them. I'm pulling for Cleveland here. Let's go.
They have a good understanding of what it means to be a loser city in a winning situation. Just it's still heartache because you're still expecting the next shoe to drop. Like if Buffalo goes and loses the AFC Championship game, they'll be throwing parades anyway. Like we had a fucking awesome.
They'll put Josh Allen a statue outside of fucking New Era Stadium, whatever it's called.
Goddamn Colts in their AFC finalist banner. You got smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we were at that game too.
Yes, we were.
Absolute losers. Well, this was a nice little feed into our Fat Tuesday discussion, boys. It is the Simple Minds Sports Show Fat Tuesday edition. We're talking NFL playoffs 2020. Welcome to the show. Do you think it's been a good playoffs? Did you call this a good playoffs?
No.
Boring.
It's been boring. I can't tell. I have not watched one full game.
Are you shitting me? Wild Card Weekend was boring?
I have not watched one full game. Not one. I watched the fights over the Green Bay game yesterday. The fights were more interesting to me than that Green Bay Packers game yesterday. And that's saying something.
Don't get Rich started again. Don't get Rich started again.
Dumb.
Dude,
so
I don't know
dumb.
what it is. Like I don't know if it's just because the Patriots aren't in this year, but I just feel like I got my Sundays back. I'm not watching football all day. Like it's just weird. I just don't
watch
care.
football all day. I haven't sat down and watched anything.
I just don't give a shit about the. I just don't give a shit about the playoffs.
I haven't watched a full game either. But to say that it's been boring is insane. That first weekend of football was crazy. It was crazy. It has not been boring.
Yeah.
The Bills Ravens game was a little boring. I never thought the Ravens really had a chance.
That game was pretty boring.
And then the pick six, sealed it. The Green Bay game last night was pretty boring. This game, Browns Chiefs, not boring. Not boring in the least.
Well, I can't watch a lot of it because we're recording right now, so I can't tell you how boring this game is or not.
Oh, there it is, Ray. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Billy Wonder doesn't want to make another
undivided
appearance.
Attention.
What an absolute.
Billy Wonder doesn't want to make an appearance, So
if it was the Bruins game on, I'd watch that.
Yeah, there you go. Or some stupid fight with.
Oh, that fight was fucking awesome last night. That fight was fucking awesome.
It wasn't good enough for you guys to make me make it a headline. I was waiting to get the chirp. I didn't get
Bill
it.
just read the email, so.
Yeah, Bill doesn't give a fuck enough to actually pay attention to what's in the show. He just talks when spoken to, which he should. What's the who's got the most to lose here going forward? Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, the Chiefs, who are on the verge of losing to the goddamn Browns. Who's got the most to lose in this playoff, right?
I think Breeze, just because he already announced his retirement, this is his last shot at going and making it a two-time champ. So, yeah, I think Breeze is the one that has the most to lose. Obviously, all four of these options have a lot at stake, but Breeze, this is it. This is his final curtain call. He has the most to lose.
You smashed.
What the fuck was that? What are you doing? What the fuck is it? You heard that? Jesus Christ.
Titties rubbed against the mic.
I think my daughter jumped on the dog.
No, his boobs fell out of his training bra.
Bill, who's got the most to lose?
I agree with.
And it doesn't have to be the four I gave you. I get the obvious one, just stuck with multiple choice that I gave him, but it could be, obviously.
And thank you for that. I appreciate that in the email. I appreciate that.
Truthfully, I mean, honestly, I think it's Breeze. Again, he's on his way out. I just think this is more legacy with him. He's always going to go down as a top quarterback. I have him outside of my top five, but legacy-wise, you get that second Super Bowl ring, he's going to vault up to that top five conversation, top three conversation at this point with his numbers. I mean, I think this is it for him. He's got the team to do it. That defense is disgusting right now. They've shut Tom Brady down 2 games now, and if I'm not mistaken, they did beat Green Bay as well. So I mean, this is it. Their path is there for them. They've beat these teams that are left. The path is there. I know they have to go on the road, but still, they're the best team in the NFC. So I think they have the most to lose.
There's 2 names for you. Neither one of them are Brees. The first one is Aaron Rodgers. If Drew Brees doesn't win a Super Bowl, his legacy is not going to be tarnished that much. Honestly, it'll remain the same. You're right. If he wins, it'll be vaulted, but it's not going to vault him in the top 5. He'll move up marginally. If Aaron Rodgers never wins again, he will be considered one of the biggest underachieving greatest quarterbacks of all time. If he wins again, he will be cemented in a top 3 quarterback of all time in that discussion. It's Aaron Rodgers, and he's at home. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback with the most to lose. The other guy with the most to lose in this situation is not in the playoffs, and his name is Bill Belichick. Because if Tom Brady goes and wins a Super Bowl with the Bucs, Bill Belichick is going to be ethered for letting that fucking guy walk out the door to go win his 7th Super Bowl in that shit orange jersey, and rightfully so. So if you have any affiliation to Bill Belichick not getting his shit pushed in, then you should be rooting for the New Orleans Saints and Who Dat Nation here on Sunday, because Tom Brady winning in a Bucs jersey, I know in my heart I can't take that shit, but Bill Belichick has a shit ton to lose right now with Tom Brady still in it. The fuck you laughing?
Does that have to be beeped?
No, it just made me think of something that just made me laugh.
What has to be beeped?
Getting your shit pushed in.
Oh. Just made me think of Training Day before they tried to kill Ethan Hawke in the bathtub when they were playing cards.
Yeah.
Just made me think of that.
Hector?
Yeah. You had your shit pushed in.
That is one of those scenes in a movie that you're just like, you're way into the movie. It's super serious. Like, holy shit, they're going to kill Ethan Hawke. And then the guy does that. You're like, what the fuck?
Fuck.
You've completely lost me. I don't want. Now all I want to do is watch this guy make shit noises.
Dude, as soon as you said that, it just popped in my head. It just instantly made me just cracking up laughing. His fucking veins popping out of his head. He's trying to talking about getting his asshole fucked.
Yeah. Well, that's not what I was. That was just actually a figure of speech for me. But yeah, I don't think if Brady loses, Bill Belichick is going to be threatened with anal rapage. So take that for what you want. How long do you think Aaron Rodgers has left? Obviously, Jordan Love was drafted. He's got a Jimmy Garoppolo situation. He's been motivated to have one of his best years of his career this year. He's going to be the MVP for sure. How long does he have left, and does Brady outlast him?
2 years in Green Bay, probably 5 years altogether.
Woo!
I
That's
think
pushing him in his 40s, man. He's 36.
Yeah. I think he said he could play until his 40s. He has come out and said that. He says Brady's the new norm, and these quarterbacks can actually play into their 40s now. So I don't think he's going to last in Green Bay. Obviously, Jordan Love's the guy that they want. They drafted him high in the first round or second round, Bill?
First round.
First. What, 25th or 26th?
Late first round, yeah.
It's like an Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre situation all over again. This is what's going to happen. He's going to be forced out, go somewhere else. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers has 5 years left, but 2 years in Green Bay, and then he's gone.
Well, I mean, I think if you're still playing at a high level, it's going to be hard to go over to Jordan Love. I understand you do have that 5th year with the first round quarterback, so you do have, basically if Rodgers wants to play 5 years, you still have that window with him. It's not going to be Garoppolo's situation where Garoppolo was picked in the 2nd round. You only have that 4th year. So, I mean, you have that extra option year that you're going to obviously pick up. It's the same thing, basically what happened to Rodgers. Wouldn't he take over his 4th year, 5th year?
Yeah, 4th.
So, I mean, that's the window, year 4. Year 4, I mean, and he'll go somewhere else. He's going to go the Brett Favre route, He's still playing at a high level. He is definitely motivated. So,
do you think Aaron? Yeah, he's motivated this year, but look at the last couple of years. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is the competitor that Brett Favre and Tom Brady are? Like, do you think at 40 years old, if he's on a team that is just okay, that he might have to carry, that he's going to put in that effort? Like,
he's done it before, though. Not at 40. Yeah, not at 40.
I see Aaron Rodgers as the type of guy that goes into the offseason, looks at his team and goes, this team can't win a championship. I'm not playing. I retire. That's what I think.
If he's a free agent, goes wherever he wants, and he goes to a contender, then that's a different story.
Think about coaching, dude. He's got his guy. He's got his guy in Green Bay right now in LaFleur. He hated fucking McCarthy. They butted heads. He was changing the play calls at the line of scrimmage. LaFleur's giving him options. Like he's calling plays at the line of scrimmage now with LaFleur's blessing. He's seeing it. He's having more fun. Back-to-back NFC Championships games now. I mean, they still have the talent to go. Now you're at home.
I get it. Winning cures all. If the Patriots and Tom Brady were still going to AFC Championships, he'd still probably be here too. If they didn't go 7-10 or whatever in the last games with him. So I understand that, but 5 years is a long time in the NFL. A lot of that shit can change very, very quickly, especially with a 30-year-old, 40-year-old quarterback. And we're not talking about Tom Brady, who missed 1 year because of ACL and it was blown and never misses a game ever. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who has had collarbones crushed and wrists hurt and ankles hurt and misses games periodically here and there.
Just one.
Chiefs just won. Breaking news.
I think
we're also talking about a guy whose game revolves around scrambling and moving, and that Aaron Rodgers type, which opens him up to those type of injuries. To start comparing guys to Tom Brady. Now, Drew Brees doesn't get the credit. He's 18 months younger than Tom Brady, and he's still out there too. But guess what? He just got his fucking spleen busted open this year, or whatever the hell happened to him, and he's retiring because of it. This is usually what ends these guys' careers. I'm taking the numbers on this. I'm taking the field. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has 5 years in him. I 2 or 3. I mean, if he gets up to 40, I think that's an achievement. And I don't think he has the competitiveness in him to push his body like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not the norm, Aaron Rodgers. You cunt. Tom Brady is the outlier. He's the greatest of all time. You're not going to match what he's fucking doing.
And don't count out the Jordan Love factor too. What if Jordan Love starts blowing him away?
Guy.
I mean, if he's the next guy and he's showing it in practice and he's showing it even in preseason games and opportunities he has. Well, if you could pay him 10 or 12 million, 15 million at the end of his 5th-year option, or Aaron Rodgers $38 million, as you're trying to build a team, and if you don't come out and win a Super Bowl this year, your window's closing in the next 2 years. If he's ready in the next 2 years and you need to start rebuilding, you're going to rebuild around him making under half of what Aaron Rodgers is making. So, I mean, you think about that. If he starts pushing Rodgers, he could be out in 2 years.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Ray, free agency, you might go find a place, but I don't know. I don't see it going that much longer. We talked about this a little bit in the open, so let's just continue it. What is the best story to root for right now? So behind us, the Chiefs have won. So Cleveland, moving on, is no longer there. And isn't that perfect? Patrick Mahomes is knocked out of the game. Cleveland is down less than a touchdown and cannot seal the deal with the former MVP of the league out of the game. Poor Cleveland. So
hate to see it.
As we move forward here, we still have undecided Brady versus Breeze. The Bills are in the AFC Championship game. Obviously, all the Aaron Rodgers talk. What's the best story we should root for moving forward?
I'll go. I'm going to say Buffalo. Buffalo Bills and those fans. That city will burn down even if they make it to the Super Bowl. That city's going to burn down. That'd be a fun story to watch. Seeing those freaking rednecks going down to Florida, to Tampa Bay, because fans are allowed at the Super Bowl this year. So yes, that will be a very interesting story and an interesting week to see these Buffalo Bills and the Bills Mafia down in Tampa Bay, just tearing it up down there, living their best lives. So
okay. Let me jump on that with you. Buffalo Bills go to the Super Bowl. They lose to the Saints in tragic fashion.
Oh, that'd be a beautiful thing.
That's the
wide
best
right, wide right,
wide right against
5
the
seconds.
Saints.
Down 2.
Drew Brees retires with a Super Bowl ring, and the Buffalo Bills go back with their 5th lost Super Bowl, 5 in a row.
And not only so, either or. If they go to the Super Bowl lose, that city gets burned down. They go to the Super Bowl and win, that city's getting burned down. Either or, that city's getting fucking burned down to the ground if they go to the Super Bowl.
Bill, you want to jump off the train here? You want to go anywhere else? We know that you want Brady to die, so we can't jump on that one. Aaron Rodgers, you've said in the past you want Aaron Rodgers to win. Is that going to be satisfying to watch Aaron Rodgers win a Super Bowl this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Bill, you going to be coherent during the Super Bowl?
No, I'm going to be all fucked up. Definitely. No, I think it's Drew Brees. I especially if you beat Tampa this week, you go on the road to be, you go through Green Bay on the road. Everyone says, Drew Brees can't win on the road. Now you're going to win an NFC Championship game on the road, and you're going to beat Buffalo. You probably could beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I think this is the best story. Let Drew Brees go out a winner, give him that second Super Bowl. I mean, Drew Brees is one of those guys I've never hated. He's just not a hateable guy. Like Peyton Manning was always a hateable cunt rag. You know,
Except
so
for his birthmark. You have something against his birthmark.
It just looks like he's been,
And
you know, don't let me rehash it, you know.
Wow,
beats
he's very.
thing.
Wow. That intervention we had the other day just turned things around.
Yeah, really reserved.
There was a lot of beeps when we went through that one.
The Sunday social hour where we ranked all of Bill's characters.
And we forgot a bunch too.
Yeah, we did forget a lot. That 16-month calendar is going to have to be a 24-month calendar pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think that this is an interesting one for me. What playoff team is in the worst position moving forward? And let me throw your R words at you, Raymond, because that's the easy one. That's 7-9 going into the playoffs. We can easily say that they're just a bad team, but they had a top 5 defense in the league. They have one of the league's best young receivers in Terry McLaurin. Their tight end, remind me of the name. The young kid that just came along this year.
Logan Thomas,
whatever his name is.
Logan Thomas, yeah.
Good young tight end. Their offensive line is okay. They got a good running back in
Ryan Kerrigan still there. Good defense too.
Yep.
This is his last. No, he's gone.
So, are the R words a decent quarterback away from being a contender? If so, if not, who else is in the worst position moving forward out of these playoff teams? Ray, why don't you start us off with your loser team, the Washington football team? And if you have a different pick for worst case, just go ahead.
I have a different case for worst case, but Washington, what you just said, pretty much, yeah, they might be a quarterback away, but let me give you a better one. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger just came out today, said he's coming back for another season. Ooh. Wow. I mean, if you were Mike Tomlin, wouldn't you say, hey, bud, here's a Pornhub subscription. Go home. We don't need you anymore. Let's move on, because he just didn't look good come fucking December, January. Big Ben looks good September through November, and then December, January hits, and it's just another guy. So, yeah, that team needs to get ready to move on. They draft well, so go get another quarterback in the draft and get rid of Ben Roethlisberger. That's my thing.
Let's remember he didn't start out that good either. He had the shoulder injury. He had a couple good weeks, and then he went back to shit. So that's a good one. Steelers. Bill, you got another one?
Tampa Bay.
Nice.
I think Tampa Bay's got, you look at some free agency. Chris Godwin's up. Antonio Brown's up. Shaq Barrett, who's playing on the franchise tag. That's his name, whatever his name is, 19
yeah,
and
right.
has. He had 19 and a half sacks last year, kind of dipped this year, playing on the franchise tag. He's up. Sue, who's there, he's up. Free agency. I mean, Tom Brady come back at 44. I know he put up over 40 touchdowns this year, but he's playing on borrowed time at this point. There's no history of good quarterbacks, especially at this age. And there's no backup plan for him. Who's there? Blaine Gabbert is their backup in Tampa Bay. So, I mean, it's ride or die with Brady. If Brady finally falls off that cliff, which it's not out of the realm of possibility, given he's 44 years old, at some point, this is going to happen.
It's out of the realm of possibility.
Well, look at you, Bill. You're going for your second shoulder surgery at 40.
It's hard. Isn't that hard to say?
It is shoulder surgery.
It's hard to say.
It's a tongue twister.
I don't think Tom Brady's going to fall off a cliff. I think he's going to get hurt or quit. That's what I think. That if you look at Tom
is he going to quit, or is Giselle going to make him quit?
Whatever. At Tom Brady's track record,
I don't quit for that.
That's a beat, Bill.
I don't see.
I'm trying real hard this night.
I don't see Tom Brady falling off a cliff. I mean, I get age gets with everybody, but I think that he will have the mindset to retire before that happens. Or he's going to get hurt. And that might cause a cliff, but he's going to get hurt.
Let me tell you, I have a wife and 2 kids, and if I had anything to stay out of the house and go to Tampa Bay and be in nice weather and not have to worry about my wife and kids, I'd be doing it. So I think.
Yeah, but your wife also doesn't look like Giselle.
Oh, now the nice weather's something. You fucking New Hampshire dopes. I'm never leaving New England. I'm never leaving New England. I like the winter.
I'm saying it's like Tom. He hates his wife. He hates his kids. He doesn't want to go home. He wants to play football. So he's going to play till he's 46 years old.
I don't doubt it. I agree with you. Steelers are in the worst position. Tampa Bay, yep. If Brady plays for 4 more years, they might win 2 more Super Bowls. And let me throw one at you that is not in a terrible situation, but because my hate is so deep for them and I have so little respect for this player that I think that they're going to constantly be kissing their sister, the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson ain't it. They're going to invest in him, and he's never going to win shit. And they're going to come this close every single year, and they're going to lose in the playoffs every single year or miss the playoffs because he gets hurt and your backup RG3 sucks or whatever.
Bill, I have a great thing. If Rich ever loses a bet, do you remember Die Hard with a Vengeance when John McClane's in the city and he says, I hate N-words?
Yes.
We're going to do that with Rich, that he's going to have to go to Baltimore and say
East
Lamar Jackson's a fraud. Yeah,
what's the worst one? East Baltimore?
West Baltimore.
West Baltimore.
West Baltimore will
in a dress too. Can we
literally
put it in a dress?
Me. They will literally kill me. I don't need any sign in West Baltimore to be shot. I just need to go walking through West Baltimore. No offense, West Baltimore. But yeah, if you
we've seen The Wire, we get it.
You send me down to the stadium in that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my ass kicked for sure. For sure. I'm always packing a blade. It's okay.
Wow.
Here's one that we didn't talk about. That Pud, Phillip Rivers, and his 12 kids. Is he coming back? Should he come back?
He has more
Should
kids
the Colts
than
bring him
playoff
back?
wins. More kids than playoff wins.
That's an amazing stat.
It's a shitty stat to have.
I don't even know if it's true, but it's an amazing stat.
It is true. He has 9 kids.
The stat that's
7
true
playoff wins.
Is that is he has the most losses by one score or less in Super Bowl history at
Isn't it 63?
3. No, it's 66 after the season. 66. And I don't know if that counts the playoff. Did they lose by they lost by less than a touchdown in the play to the Bills, right?
Yeah, it was
67.
Field goal, right?
Two more till nice, Ray. So
nice.
Should he come back?
Nice.
Should the Colts bring him back? I mean, who else is going to play quarterback for the Colts?
The kid Eason they drafted last year, or this year rather. He's like their next savior coming up, but there's also talks about Carson Wentz because Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia in that Super Bowl run, so that's another option. But yeah, I don't think Phillip Rivers is coming back, but I think he wants to play one more year. But he wants to be in a localized place where he can actually travel home, see his 9 kids. Why? I don't know. That's stupid. But yeah, so there's like different options he has to do, and it has to be certain travel lengths and all this bullshit. But
Atlanta, send him to Atlanta. What a perfect marriage.
Well, that would be a great marriage.
The losers, great the biggest choke artist franchise with the biggest choke artist quarterback. That would be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Bill, is he coming back? Should he?
Yeah, I think it's Indy or bust. I mean, if they don't have a succession plan, Eason, he's related to that shitty Patriots quarterback, Tony Eason. I want no part of him. Isn't he I thought he was his fucking nephew or some shit.
It was widely reported that he was, based on no information whatsoever. And then
either way.
Yeah. But yeah, it was right of you to think that way because it was reported like that for a while, but he's not.
Simple minds.
Simple minds, baby.
I didn't hear otherwise. Either way. They have Jacoby Brissett's a free agent. If he's not the guy, why not run it back with Phillip Rivers for 1 year if you can't go out and get a Carson Wentz? I know McAfee has been clamoring for Wentz to go there with Frank Reich. I mean, it seems like it'd be a good move, but if you can't get anything, I mean, roll with Phillip Rivers. He wants to be back. Give him another year. I know he's not awesome, but you can build on that defense, put a couple more pieces around him. You have a really good running game. And you had Mac there who's got hurt. You had Taylor who rushed for 1,000 yards. Nakeem
team's good, man.
The team's good. I don't think
defense is loaded.
I don't think there's enough quarterbacks in the house and on the free agent market that's going to put them over top. So I think you just roll it back one more year, see what you got.
Is Wentz a no-brainer deal if they can do it? If it's a 3rd-round pick for Wentz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you saw a lot. He's going to start in Philly. I mentioned it before, dude. That contract, and he won when Peterson got fired. I texted you guys. He won. Wentz won. And you're hearing it now. He's probably going to start. They have no intention of trading him. The disconnect.
He's fixable, is what they're saying.
Yeah, and the friction with Peterson and Wentz on the sidelines, they hated each other's guts. They're sticking by Wentz. He's their franchise quarterback. Hertz is going to back him up, but he's going to start. I think Phillip Rivers is, Phillip Rivers or bust in Indy for that team.
Yeah, interesting. It's too bad because Rivers sucks. I mean, Rivers sucks, and he's old, and that team's good.
He's fun to watch, though. He's fun to watch because he bitches at everyone.
He is. He is an entertaining guy. This will be. I've been thinking about this. Next Sunday Social on Thursday. Get your minds wrapped around the end of the quarterback era. Think about the quarterbacks that we've watched of our whatever you want to call it, adolescence to now. and the way that the game evolved and what it all came to. Roethlisberger, Rivers, Brady, Manning, Breeze, Rodgers,
Even Eli.
Like,
for Bill, it's gonna be like Bart Starr.
He's gonna have to
Andrew Luck, dude. All these guys, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. Dude, think about it.
Johnny Unitas was the only football player that deserves credit.
I hated Joe Namath with those fucking sideburns, you hippie.
Y.A. Tittle. Come on.
Otto Graham.
That'll be a fun one. We'll just have a discussion about that. All right. Here's a fun one. Here's a fun little question. Do the Steelers in their drafting of wide receivers, which they're excellent at, in the training of those Steelers, do they add in a class of just biggest cunt in the NFL? Because here's a list. Most recently, their rookie Claypool called the Browns classless in their win after Juju Smith came out there and shit talked them in the media, calling them just the Browns, and then got their asses smoked. Not to mention Juju Smith dancing on every logo in the league.
Corvette.
Here's an easy one. Antonio Brown. Awful human being. Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg. I get with the Giants, but he was bred in Pittsburgh. Martavius Bryant just could not stay on the field. And then I had Mike Wallace. I just felt like Mike Wallace was just kind of a problem child. I don't think he ever did anything terrible off the field. I just felt like he was kind of one of these diva wide receivers. So bottom line is, Steelers produce a shit ton of talent at that position, but it kind of makes you appreciate Bill Belichick's not wanting to draft any of these fucking assholes, or is it just in the water in Pittsburgh? Do they just create assholes?
No, it's more Mike Tomlin just letting these guys say whatever the fuck they want. Goes back to Antonio Brown doing a Facebook Live in the locker room, and Mike Tomlin didn't give a shit. It's Tomlin, the coach. He allows these guys to say whatever the fuck they want. It turns them into classless cunts. Rein in your locker room. You're
it help
idiot.
Their talent though? Does it help their talent, Ray, with like guys like that they need the suave, they need the juice, they need to be able to express themselves? Is that something that can be I don't know what the word is, tolerated, I guess, if you're Mike Tomlin and you tap into that?
Well, yeah, he's a player's coach. Players love him. But would you rather have Juju Smith dancing on logos or N'Keal Harry in his 5 catches all year?
N'Keal Harry is fucking no Juju. Give me Juju.
You take Juju. I'd take a
but he ain't doing that shit here.
He's not doing that.
No, he ain't doing that.
I'm just saying.
That's my question, though. Is it like?
So you're saying if N'Keal Harry goes to Pittsburgh and he's a total douche, he's going to have 100 catches?
If N'Keal Harry was in Pittsburgh, he'd be a better player.
I don't disagree with that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I do not disagree with that.
That's my question. If N'Keal Harry was in Pittsburgh, would he be a better player?
I think so, because the offense is easier to learn. Because look at these idiots like Brown and fucking Plexico Burress and all these guys.
Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson couldn't. I mean, he couldn't figure out Patriots offense, and you're seeing it. You're seeing it time and time again.
Reggie Wayne couldn't figure it out.
He quit because it was too hard.
Yeah,
he walked away with what, $350,000 to fucking play one exhibition.
Yeah, but all right. So hold on, because you've shifted the conversation to the Patriots offense, which is a little bit their fault for making it too hard. The Steelers offense and wide receivers being able to excel in it, does it have anything to do with Mike Tomlin allowing their inner douchebag to flourish?
No.
To absolutely
flourish. Yeah, because Mike Tomlin is an inner douchebag that flourishes all the time.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. It makes the other team flourish. It makes the other team flourish. You saw it. Juju came out and said the same old Cleveland before the fucking game. What happens? You got fucking stomped. You got stomped. So, of course, they're going to rub it in your face. You took it upon yourself to say they were classless after they beat you the week before, and then you're a fraud playoff team, as we just saw. And you got stomped. Of course, I'm rubbing it in your face. Don't talk shit before the game and saying we're classless and all this other bullshit and we stomped you. Fuck that.
And don't get me wrong. I love the actual real sports hate. I wrote a blog about that on SimplesMindSports.com if you want to go check it out, listeners. The real sports hate, we need more of it. There's too much fucking money in this game and people don't hate each other enough anymore. I love the actual hate, but it breeds the conversation around you're being an asshole. And that's what the Steelers wide receivers were. And I have to believe the good, fine people, blue-collar people of Pittsburgh are not the same way we would not be okay with a Juju Smith-Schuster being an asshole in the Patriots. They're not okay with it. Obviously, if he produces and wins, that hides a lot of it. But think of Hines Ward. Like, that's a Steelers wide receiver. Go out there and do your job and be business and get your shit done. So it's just an interesting thing. The Steelers have racked up this list of assholes at the wide receiver position, talented assholes at the wide receiver position that can't shut the fuck up. And they all push their way out of of Pittsburgh because it's not the type of town you get away with that in. It's not.
Well,
I mean, and the Rooneys are one of the best. It's the Rooneys, right?
Yep, Rooney.
Pittsburgh.
Yep.
They're one of the most revered and respected owners in the league. So even with Raplesberger at quarterback. So
I see what you did there.
You like that? A little hypocrisy. It was just an interesting thing, to hash out. Nice little exercise there.
You and I have both been to a Pittsburgh game in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Those fans are the biggest fucking douchebags. Maybe it is the water. Maybe it is the water when these receivers get there, they're drinking and they become inner douchebags because that city sucks. I hate that city. They're full of fucking cunts. They're all douchebags. They fucking treat everyone like they're the best. Half of them aren't even from fucking Pittsburgh. They're from all sorts of the world that just, they won in the 70s. Now I'm going to root for them.
Eric
They're all
Carney.
They're all fucking douchebags. Fuck Pittsburgh. Fuck that whole city.
They do have a superiority complex. I'll make this story short. The game that I went to was 2017 Pats Steelers. It was the game that the Steelers lost on the
Heath Miller
catch not catch when they changed the rule the next year because of how bad it was. But we had standing room only. It was 36 degrees and raining the entire time. We were Patriots fans. We were getting our shit pushed in the entire night, and we found seats in the top balcony, the top section. And the Steelers went down and scored, and we were just getting demolished. And there was 2 minutes left, and it's Tom Brady, and you gave him 2 minutes. And what happened? Gronk 16 yards, Gronk 23 yards, Gronk 17 yards, Gronk touchdown.
Dude, then
the Steelers went down and the Steelers went down and they should have probably won. That probably should have been a catch, but they didn't. The game ended in 67. It was the highest. It was the most attended game in Steelers history. 68,000 fans got up and walked out of the stadium, didn't say shit to us. And they played The Wait at the end, and we sang in the rain to the band The Wait. It was one of the greatest sporting events I've ever been to. So, yeah, Steelers fans have a superiority complex, but they also lose a shit ton.
That was probably the best Gronk game I've ever seen, too.
Amazing.
I have a quick story. My father and I went to Pittsburgh. We watched the game. We were waiting for the bus / trolley to pick us up. I was wearing a Brady jersey. The guy came, says, "Oh, you're not allowed on." Shut the door and fucking drove off. That's why I hate fucking Pittsburgh.
I would have did the same thing.
I love that, actually. I actually kind of like that. You should have Rosa parked up.
I think Baltimore fans are bigger cunts.
Baltimore fans are the worst.
They're
fans
the fucking worst fans ever. I told you, a little 12-year-old called me a cunt in the Patriots game in the AFC Championship game. A 12-year-old. Oh, I wanted to kill him.
They're the worst fans in the league. All right, let's end this Duckin Super Bowl. What do you think it's going to be like? Bill, we know this is a holiday for you. We don't expect you to film on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday.
As long as we do it midday.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Tell us the time, Queen. Whenever. 7 a.m.
I was thinking after. We should do an after show so then we can release it. Yeah.
Anyway, we know
okay.
how
He jokes.
Okay.
He literally choked on his raspberry water thinking about how fucked up he was going to be trying to do a show. All right, running out of time in a minute or less. What is this going to be like? No, well, it's in Florida, right? So
25,000, I think, about
limited
roughly
fans in the stadium. But I was thinking about the week before. I mean, Super Bowl week is huge, media day, and Radio Row and all this shit. None of it is going to be able to happen.
Nope.
So, what do we expect? Is just going to be lackluster, or do we have faith that the NFL and the networks can give us a product that we enjoy?
Good, right?
Who's hosting it? What network
Tampa.
is it?
No,
network.
CBS.
Is it Al Michaels or is it
I think it's Romo.
That's CBS.
No,
I don't know.
They just did the Rams. I don't remember.
Anyways, I don't know, but I don't know. They have to do a lot because media week is a big media day is a big thing. The build up to it, everyone going down there, all the stations being down there. You're not going to have that. ESPN's not going to be there. NFL Network's not going to be there, or they're going to have limited people. So it's going to be a very bizarre Super Bowl week. I think this is going to be one of the weirdest ones we've ever seen.
Bill, 30 seconds or less.
Yeah, it's going to be weird as fuck. I think the hype leading up to it is not going to be as fun because, again, you hear the media day, all that shit, the fan experience. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be weird as fuck.
Hey, networks, sponsors, get your fucking commercial game back on and screw your commercials during the game. Give it to us the week before. That's my solution.
Ooh.
That's what I'd like to see. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Fat Tuesday edition, NFL playoffs, January 19th. We will see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ray, did we do this at the beginning?
Well, we did one for the end of the show. The last one.
What are you drinking? Nah,
We'll
fuck
drink
it.
a blast.
We'll do it after. We'll
All right.
plug it in.